Welcome all earthlings and other beings. This is Zoller Tarot and Art, and my name is Lara. And today I'm going to be reading your tarot and oracle cards, and I'm also going to be drawing a piece that I received in meditation for this particular reading. So I'm going to go ahead and start the drawing, but just so you know, when I do the initial spread right after that, which we'll do in a second, I'm going to overlay another video so you can watch me mostly complete the drawing, and then at the very end of the video you can see the finished and colorized piece. So I hope everybody's doing well. I'm doing great. What I was seeing, I mean, the whole theme of this reading apparently is mountain. So there was like this mountain. I don't know how big the mountain was really, because you can see the person. There's a person sitting on top, which I'll draw in a minute. And this is going to be very stylized, very much in my way of doing things. So yeah, so I saw like a person sitting up here on a mountaintop, like they're sitting in contemplation or something. And also what was interesting about this drawing is that the mountain I was seeing, it almost like it had faces in it. So I'm going to be putting that in. And then the line work on it almost reminded me of, if you've ever seen like indigenous art or anything like that, this almost reminded me of Maori art. The Maori tribe, I believe, is from New Zealand. Yeah. Which for some reason puts me in mind of the movie Whale Rider. If you haven't seen that, it's an excellent, excellent movie. Has definitely a very spiritual core to it. I'm not going to give away the theme of it because there's a surprise in it, but if you haven't seen that, go see that movie. So anyway, yeah, so there was like this person up here meditating, and I almost feel like they're doing this because they need to get away from something, which kind of ties into the song I was hearing, but we're going to go over that in a minute. So I'm going to put this to the side, and I'm going to go ahead and start your initial spread, and so we don't waste any time, I'm going to go ahead and speed this part up. So I will see you on the other side in a second. Here we go. Okay, I have laid out your cards with clarifiers. The drawing should be coming up over here now. It's interesting because there's a lot of, this is, you might be extremely powerful, this, because I'm seeing the Emperor here, and the Emperor's a boss. So you see how this Emperor, who's got a crown on and everything, has all these people on these strings, right? So it's someone who greatly influences a lot of people, who has power over them somehow. Yeah. But it feels like after all that you've done and everything, even though you were very passionate about what you were doing, I feel like you're almost like moving on or something. There's something going on, because this is a completion right here. The world is success, of course, and victory, but it's also like a completion of a cycle. So whatever you were doing before, I feel like this might be somebody who's either going into retirement, recently went into retirement, or they're moving into, like they're looking for a new career. There's a new phase in life, but I'm going to take you through this so that you understand. Yeah, so here I'm seeing like walking away from what's not, emotionally fulfilling anymore. So maybe the career that you've been part of has not been emotionally fulfilling somehow. And so here we've got the King of Cups. And what's interesting here, remember I mentioned the movie Whale Rider. So there are whales in here. In his body, right, in his ship, and he's sailing from these empty cups to more fun, fulfillment, friends and family. And yeah, go watch that movie. For some reason, that's what seems really important. There's something in there, because it is about somebody who is a natural leader and not being seen as such, but there's these things that this person does, it's almost magical and everything, and then finally towards the end is discovered, like for who they really are. It's very powerful. And then this person becomes quite happy with the situation. Everybody's happy then. So yes, you're moving towards happiness here. And then this is right next to the Ten of Pentacles. And this is about your legacy. This is about, see again, there's this older person in here. This is almost like you're thinking about like your retirement. It could be that you're thinking about what you're leaving behind, what your legacy is, and what you want to build to really make an impact perhaps. But this is over the Hanged Man. So the Hanged Man's about, you know, so she's hanging upside down. The Hanged Man is just about like getting a new perspective. And it's also the realization that you might need to let go of certain things to be able to move forward into something else. And again, this is clarified again by family, right? So these like are children, the Six of Cups right here. So, you know, this is what's important to you. And you're also, this is also like a sentimental card. So this is looking back into the past and what you've created, but this is, you know, what legacy am I leaving behind? What have I done in my life that I'm proud of? Right. So, and then what I'm seeing is when after you go through, and this makes sense because look, because I'm drawing the mountain, right? So there's a person on this mountain, and what I'm getting from that is that, you know, there's a need for a new perspective, a higher perspective, and you know what it's like to be a boss and everything, but it's almost like you need time alone, and that's why you need to be on the mountain. And the song that was coming through was Talk Talk, and that was an English band. They're actually called Talk Talk from like the 80s, and the song's Talk 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 Talk, all you do to me is talk talk. And he's singing about this person who's cheating on them, who hasn't been good to them, who just sits there and talks, but they never actually do anything. They never actually help. They just laugh at them and you know, egg them on and stuff. So it might be what you're walking away from are people who have been abusive towards you or try to bring you down, or just, you know, just like talk a lot and just like, you know, jabber, jabber, jabber about nothing. So, you know, it never takes you anywhere, and it's just like kind of a waste of your time and energy. So smooth sailing, Sears. So you're sailing over here, getting a new perspective. And then once you get once you've gone to this mountain, or you're the hangman, you've gotten this new perspective and you've gotten really clear here, then you're because you have a lot of experience and everything, you're able to be this Knight of Wands, and you'll even jump through a hoop of fire because this is how good you are, you know, and towards your new career. So you've got the Ace of Pentacles here. So this indicates new money, new career, the things of the material realm. So you've got clarity, and then you get clear on what it is and you go for it. And then you have some strategy cards here. So look at this. This is interesting. This is like a checkerboard, right? Which echoes the checkerboard here. For the Emperor, which is bossing up, right, as being the boss of things. But the Five of Wands is about competition. So a chess game is a competition. It's very strategic. And this is clarified by the King of Swords, who is the ultimate strategist, you know, under the Emperor themselves. So, but he's got, you know, he's kind of tattered and everything. His clothing's kind of tattered because he's been through many battles. And just keep in mind, too, when I say he, she, they, that's all interchangeable. Just put the pronoun in that works for you. So, yeah. And this Five of Wands is clarified by the Five of Wands. So that's like there's a lot of competition. Either you've come from a lot of competition, or you're looking at a career where there's a lot of competition, but you're very strategic. You might be an excellent chess player. You might be really good at knowing the next move to make and everything, especially when you take the time to go inward and sit on top of a mountain, get a different perspective, right? Then you get clear, and then you are unstoppable. That's what I'm getting from this very powerful person. Unstoppable, very strong mind. Right, and so then you have the Two Pentacles here, which is, you know, she's standing here on top of this building, and she's twirling this thing. So, you know, the Two Pentacles is often about juggling your resources or balancing things just right to make everything work, because sometimes that's what it takes. It's clarified by the Karma card. Judgment, and this is like new endings coming in, a final decision, maybe a wake-up call. You wake up and everything, and this will help you with having renewal and a really it's like finding your calling. So it might be that you're moving away from something and actually going into your true calling. That's possible too. You know, sometimes the infinity symbol, which you're seeing right here, if you do a side section of like a torus, which is like the donut shape, in physics and everything, it's the way energy moves, and it's like got a circle in the middle, right? So it kind of moves like this, and so if you take the cross section, it moves like this. And the interesting thing about a torus is there's a theory that the universe is is really like the shape of, it's shaped like the torus, and that's how it moves. It's a type of toroid. You can look all of this up, and it's an energy movement, an energy flow. So we have fractals, but we also have this sort of torus type of shape. So it reminds me of that for some reason. It's almost like she's on top of this building, perfectly balanced, and twirling this thing. Is almost like having command of the universe, right? There's some sort of access to your personal power, which enables you to manifest in a much better way, right? But you've learned when to hold back. So, you know, this is the Four of Pentacles, and this is about, it's not just about holding back money, it's also about holding back in other ways. And, you know, I would say that it might be that you ran into a lot of greedy people. It might be that you ran into people who wanted to mess up your security in some way, because security is important to you. I see this here, but that might be what you're walking away from, and that's why you're holding back a bit, because you just want to make sure that what this new thing you're going into, like for instance, you know, one of the best ways to, you know, to protect what you have is don't tell other people about it. Keep it to yourself until you're ready to reveal it to everyone. So be really careful about who you talk to about your stuff, because like, especially if you're around a person who's like the talk song, right? Talk, all you do to me is talk. So this person might be very gossipy. Definitely don't tell anybody who's gossipy. Definitely don't do that, because they will talk to everybody. So anyway, let's pull from this oracle and see if we can get a little more clarification on this situation. I don't take dropped cards, even though they're pretty. Okay, what do we need to know? What else would... I'm dropping cards today a lot for some reason. I don't know what that means. Maybe you really do need to go to that mountain, because you might feel like you're missing something or dropping things. Or yeah, see, I've dropped again. Might be dropping stuff, or you don't want to drop stuff. You don't want to. Maybe that's why you're holding on so tight. Maybe you lost something that you worked hard for. Or, yeah. Okay, another one, please. And another one. Okay, another one. Yeah, and it looks like you're getting justice for something, because this is she who avenges, nemesis, revenge, outcomes, justice. And then we have Alice and we have Jocelyn. You're very powerful. You're a person who can grant wishes. There's something about you that allows people, like people want to be around you, because either you have really great financial resources, or you have such a bright mind, or so many talents, or something that, you know, they come to you for this. And then you have she who persists, Jocelyn. So this is interesting because it says perspective. So it's right over the Hanged Man card, which is about getting perspective, which ties into the drawing, which is all about getting a new perspective, right? You know, it was interesting because this week I was like over and over again, I kept hearing the words mean girls, mean girls, mean girls. And so I went and watched the original movie. The main character, and it is about high school girls and everything who are really mean, but there's this girl who infiltrates this mean girls group, and then she almost becomes like them, because she's really trying to bring them down because of all the mean things they do. But she finds in the end that it's better not to become like your nemesis, you know. And I feel like there might be a warning here to don't become like your enemies. Don't become like the people who are picking at you, who are trying to do things to get a new perspective, so that you can get above it, so that you can come from a different perspective. And then your wishes are granted, and then you'll find that new perspective is going to help you persist in what you need to do. So let me see what your obstacles are. I mean, obviously some of your obstacles are these people who are being gossipy. But you want real friends. See this Three of Cups over here. You want real friends, not the kind who sabotage you, talk about your stuff, talk about you behind your back. You know, mean girls are the kinds that will smile in your face, and then they'll go talk about you or do something nasty to you behind your back. I've known a lot of people like that. They don't have to be females either. It's like a lot of people who, you know, you do nice things for them and you're great to them and everything, and then, you know, you find out behind your back they've been doing stuff to you, and you're just like, why? You know, but people can sabotage. They sabotage, and you just have to kind of get away from people like that, because they obviously haven't healed up. They want to project onto you. They want to, you know, some people are just chaos people. They just create chaos wherever they go, and all that. So definitely that song talks about someone who does that. All right. What are the obstacles, please, for this collective? Also, keep in mind that this is a collective reading. It's a general reading, not a personal reading. So if you're here, there's something here for you probably, but if something doesn't sound right to you, don't try to make it fit. Don't force it, because it might be for someone else, okay? Another one, please. Obstacles for this collective. And I will list all these cards, these decks below, to show appreciation for the creators, and also so that if you like any of them, you can get one yourself. So another one, please. The obstacles for this collective watching. Okay, so yeah, this is kind of what I was saying already. So we've got photograph, girl talk, and keys on a ring. Someone is missing you. The people that you walked away from, they're definitely missing you. And maybe even because there's nostalgia here, this is a nostalgia card too. So there might be like someone that you're thinking about, maybe that you missed, but you can't have in your life for some reason, or maybe you lost somebody, and there are people who cause that to happen. I don't know, but it's saying make new memories. And so maybe you're having a hard time moving on from that because these are obstacles, right? So you might be having a hard time moving on from some things from the past. That's why you need to get a new perspective. And here's girl talk, 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 right? So, but this is saying time with friends, moving on, and being in the moment, having some fun. So like we were talking about before, you're moving on, like we had the Eight of Cups here, sailing over, see, right? To this fun that we were talking about that I mentioned. Yeah, so good for you, because that's definitely a better direction to go in, is something that feels fun to you. That's not going to keep you too heavy or anything like that. You probably have plenty of income and all those different things because you're a boss, but whatever you have in your life and everything, it's just time to move on, time to get a new perspective. And so this is interesting because it's like you're having a hard time with people who are stringing you along. And maybe you're concerned about doing something that is different than the way people normally see you. So sometimes when we do something different, something changes, there are people who will have an issue with it because they want you to be the old person that they can control or be with, or whatever, that's going on there. It's just, I feel like you're having a hard time just moving on and having some fun. So, but keep working on that, because we're going to look at the solutions now and see what the cards suggest. Please, what's the best thing this collective can do for best results? Oh, nice. Okay, another one, please. Best thing they can do for best results. Again, yeah, I almost could have predicted that card. Another one, please. Best thing they can do. So I can see that you've been in pain. You have a broken heart somehow. Someone did something that was really heartbreaking, and there's a need to move on from that. And it's sitting right next to the Eight of Cups, which we had earlier, which was the walking away from painful things. And here you have a mermaid, and that's sitting right over the whales, right? So definitely go watch that movie. But it also might be that you need to like visit the ocean, or need to be in some water, maybe take a bath. Like a meditation bath, specifically a spiritual bath, or something that will help you get a new perspective. Maybe the mountain you need to go to is also maybe near water or something. I'm not sure. Only you will know what that is. But there's definitely, it's saying that to get the best results, you've got to walk away from all these things that are painful, that hurt you, these people who break your heart, keep stabbing you over and over again. You've got to walk away from people who do that. Believe them when they do it, even the first time. If they hurt you on purpose, believe them that that's how they are. Move on. So, and you've got the Wheel of Fortune here. So understand that you're in a good fortune time right now. This is good luck. It's a turning point. And we know this because you're taking the time to look at things differently. Perhaps you're retiring or something, but this is a good fortune type of time for you. So take advantage of when you see those windows of opportunity, take them. Another thing this is reminding me is a need to go deep. It's right over the King of Cups, which is going deep, right? This is a deep person who's emotionally balanced, who has depth to them. So you might be a very, very deep person. So explore your depths. There's maybe much more to you than you have acknowledged or realized, and you might need to go into some deep meditation, which makes sense. If you're going to go to a top of the mountain, that's a perfect place to meditate and see something different without the distractions of all the people who want to distract you with their talk and all that stuff. And I just feel like it's someone who needs to get away. You just need to get away from everything right now in isolation for whatever amount of time you need to get clear on things. So I'm going to pull from this oracle, and then I think we'll do one more and we'll be done. So okay, let's see. Is there any other advice, please, for this collective? Any other advice, please? Another, please. And another one. Advice for this collective, please. Oh, great. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, I mean, these are very deep. So, okay. So look at this. There's a person in a boat in the water, going up to this, almost looks like a mountain with a castle on it or something. And it says, you do not have to go it alone. Reach out for support in this time. So if you're going to reach out there, reach out to somebody who's reliable, maybe somebody who doesn't even know you. Maybe counseling would be good or something like that. I highly recommend that. You know, if you've dealt with narcissistic people, there's something called quanta freedom healing, which I utilized. It used to be called NARP, or Narcissistic Abuse Recovery Program. I did that before to break free from my own trauma bonds. And so there, you know, you don't have to go it alone. If you do want to go up on the mountain by yourself and everything, but, you know, perhaps on the way that you can also have some counseling or something might help a lot. And then this says acceptance. Accept what is. The act of acceptance will bring peace. So acceptance means forgiving yourself, forgiving others. It doesn't mean you forget. It just means let go of the burdens of the energy on that, the emotional energy on what happened before. Being nostalgic is fine, but if you dwell too much in the past and you don't take the time to be present, or, you know, think about or feel what it is that you really want, then, you know, you're just going to get more of what the past is. So acceptance is really good. Accept yourself, accept what happened, accept what you need to so you can move forward. Find your still point, you know. And disappointment is not the end. There's hope even in the darkest of nights. So it might be that you are going through a dark night of the soul, that this feels like a really low point in your life, but it just is going to be temporary. If you take the time to do these things, to meditate and all of that, you will find that you can get to the other side of it and pull out, because nothing lasts forever. It really doesn't. Even when you're the saddest, just keep on going, right? Be good to yourself. Take care of yourself. Speak kindly to yourself. Forgive yourself. Forgive others. And yeah, that's a beautiful thing. So I feel like I need to pull from, I think I'm going to pull from the Isis deck and see what Isis has to say. Yeah, let's see what she has to say. Any last minute advice, and then we'll wrap this up. All right, so that's what the card looks like. She's got her falcon there. Flower of life. You're entering a fertile period of your life. You're guided to think of yourself as a creative being and to surrender your control over how things will manifest, and instead allow them to do so. Don't resist change. Instead, go with the flow and let it happen. Now is the time for your blossoming. Yeah, that's just what I was saying, is you just take the time to, you know, just be and get a new perspective, something new's coming, a new blossoming. It says, think of yourself as a creative being. So, you know, this is a creative being right here. This is, you know, you do have some creative abilities apparently, because that card indicates that. And don't resist change, so go with the flow. So we keep going back to that watery whale rider type of imagery. It says, and just go with it. So we're getting a lot of that. Yeah, that's really beautiful and very nice. You're going to be fine. Just hang in there and do the things you need to do to take care of yourself. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for all of you who are watching. I truly appreciate you. I appreciate when you like and you subscribe, and it's wonderful when you comment too. And as this channel grows, then more people can have access to it, which hopefully raises the overall vibration of the collective, which is the whole point. And if nothing else, I hope you were inspired by watching me draw this piece. So anyway, I hope I wish you well, and I care about all of you. And until the next episode, thank you. Bye-bye.